Welcome back to Mega Man X Command Mission. Last time, Zero left the party because he has trust issues now. And so, hopefully we can get him back at some point. For the time being, though, we've tracked down this mine, which is apparently being used by the Rebellion. What for, though? We'll have to figure that one out. We're kind of playing this whole thing by ear. Look, Redip's just got us a picture of a mine. It was super zoomed in and blurry. And the fact that Nana managed to find this place at all is a miracle, so surely it will be useful information. Hopefully, it will be useful information. May not be useful information. Anyway, that guy's clearly water elemental, right? Well, we actually managed to freeze him, so you do want to use water on him. He did not necessarily absorb it, and in fact it has removed his ability to do anything for the time being, allowing us to take care of the other enemy. Which, considering he got hit by virus, I don't think it's gonna be that hard. Why did I do that? Did I accidentally hit him? Oh well. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. Oh, I guess I X-Bustered him. Completely forgot I used the X-Buster. I never use that thing anymore. Yeah, good job. Aim for the guy who always dodges on his first attack. Alright, so that'll do it. I was kinda hoping to not have to fight anybody, moving to the next floor, but that was kinda wishful thinking. Okay, so that's not the way out. We want to go this way. So this is where the elevator is. Alright, now on to Basement 3. I guess I could have pressed that switch in the last episode, but gotta show it being pressed here, otherwise it gets confusing. Also, here's some tank energy, and immediately a cutscene. I didn't even reach the door. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Can you see oh, hi.
Long time no see, X.
It's been 5 chapters, but it's me, your worst nightmare.
Shadow.
As long as you're afraid of teeth stuff.
Well, X, I suppose you came here hoping to find the Supra Force medal.
I don't know what I'm here for.
Supra Force medal? What's that? You know very well.
No, I really
It's an
don't.
improved form of force metal that the Rebellion Army is studying to help all Reploids achieve their ideal.
Oh, cool, thanks for telling us that.
Government lackeys can't have it.
Achieve their ideal? What is it that the Supra Force medal does exactly?
Explain it to us in great detail,
There's no
please.
need for me to describe the effects. Take me on and see for yourselves.
You'll be gone in a turn or two. Alright, so... hope you haven't forgotten that Shadow exists, because here he is, you can finally fight him.
I'll tear all of you to little pieces.
This is my first resort! Okay, so he's starting out with the Pulverizer Cannon. However, if you can do enough damage, he'll stop doing that, so punch him a whole lot. So anyway, Shadow, level 43, 18,000 life energy, 112 power, 62 armor, 73 shield, and 78 speed. So yeah, he does have a charge attack. He's pretty sturdy as well. We gotta do about 1,600 damage in order to stop him from doing that.
I'll get you for this.
And we did. And he's just gonna Ultra Blizzard instead, which, decent damage. Nothing we can't keep up with, but it's probably gonna make us use a tank sooner rather than later. Anyway though, yeah, so, in addition to the Pulverizer Cannon, he's also got Fatal Attack, which is just a critical hit.
Okay,
Like, he's got a normal attack, sure, but he can just decide, you're gonna get crit now, which is, as we saw, it's kind of dangerous. Took X down to yellow, but not overly so, I'd say. At least not for him. He's also got Fragmenting Cannon, which just says, hey, that's half your HP. I'm just gonna cut that in half real quick. And he also has an attack that I don't believe we've seen before. You might remember we did get something that protects against DOA, and yeah, this is our first guy who really does anything with DOA. With Codebreaker. You'd think Fatal Attack would be the thing that insta-kills you, but nope, it's Codebreaker. I guess in fairness that does also sound like an insta-kill attack, for robots specifically. But yeah, so he just hits somebody and kills them. Which is definitely not fun, but again, we do have protection against that. He's also got Break Shield, which, as always, is just remove defense, increase attack. You know how that works by now. You might also notice that we're not seeing his HP bar either, so that's weird. I will say I do like his attack animation. Yeah, this isn't exactly like a set battle. Like, you do actually have to deplete his HP, but oh. Thank you, X-Heart. Yes, there's Codebreaker, he just killed me. Now, of course, since that is just, he attacks one person, unless you have full DOA protection, which is probably theoretically possible. I'm sure there's some kind of, generator fuckery you could do to get that much this early, but yeah, chances are it's gonna be a gamble on who he actually attacks. But of course, if you're really worried, you could throw up stealth mode on Axel and, oh god, Trickstar on Spider. Trickstar does not sound like an invisible thing.
I'll get you for repeatedly electrocuting me.
But yeah, Trickstar just sounds kind of like a weird name for that. Stealth mode makes so much more sense. But yeah, in terms of strategy, I don't really have anything in particular. Again, chances are, you're probably not going to have enough to completely protect yourself from DOA, but he doesn't move so fast that he's going to outspeed your entire party, so if we take somebody down, and they don't have either X-Heart or Decoy, you can just revive them with a different person, it's fine. Now this is actually pretty tricky, because I have kind of wasted all of my weapon energy, but it didn't matter, actually, because we ran him out of HP.
X, surely you can tell. I'm stronger now.
I don't know how strong you were in the first place, we never fought you at the beginning of the game.
I swore allegiance to Epsilon for this!
This rules! I love it!
You sold out your friends for that power?
Sure did.
That's some ideal.
Yeah, it's great.
All you Mavericks care about is power. How dare you call the great Epsilon a maverick?
I'm contractually obligated to be insulted.
I hope to gain you as an ally, but I hope no longer.
Since when did you try to get X to join?
For Epsilon, it all ends here. Ah! You're alive?
Did you not pay attention to Chapter 5?
Huh? Zero! Think you could beat me so easily?
Yeah, kinda.
Shadow, I've got a big wad of payback just for you.
Ew, don't describe it like that.
Let's do it, Maverick!
Alright, round 2 for Zero and for us. It's time for Shadow, for real this time.
I'll tear all of you to little pieces!
Right, so he does have a slight change of stats. He actually has 28,000 HP. he gained 10,000 more, or I guess that's just what he had on top of what he's got here. Either way, pretty much everything is the same in terms of attacks, but he does have, again, slightly different stats. 122 power, no armor, 73 shield, 113 speed. So I guess they're just assuming that Break Shield went through in the first round, and just kind of keeping it there, which, actually, kind of neat. I don't know if that's the exact math, I'd imagine it would be, the developers know the numbers. But yeah. The problem with him using Break Shield for himself, of course, is the fact that he has a charge attack that can be interrupted with damage. So, like, yeah, sure, Pulverizer Cannon, pretty strong, but, like... I mean, granted, this would absolutely kick his ass, even without Break Shield. But yeah, that just did a ton of damage, and immediately interrupted him. So given the way rotation works in this game, Zero coming in isn't really a huge deal, even if you pushed out somebody you like. Aha! Hyper blocked that, I think. But yeah, if Zero replaced somebody you really needed, then you can just bring them back in. But yeah, basically, he'll join in on the right side and push everybody down one slot, so... if you want to know ahead of time how that works, there you go. Really the biggest problem now is just the fact that he does get 2 turns in a row. I don't know if he can actually use Pulverizer Cannon like this. I don't know if he can just cheat and double turn it. Like, yeah, Fragmenting Cannon does kind of suck, but... really no big deal. He spread out his damage like an idiot.
This is it!
Oh, and of course now, goes without saying, but you can see a health bar this time, so this is the real fight. Which means we also know how close we are to killing him. And since he, you know, removed his shield, then even if he does have 10,000 more HP, it's kind of easy to wipe that out now. Like, he's supposed to be showing off how powerful this Super Force Medal is. He hasn't even shown off Pulverizer Cannon. Like, worst he's done is just one-hit kill, which sucks, but...
Transform!
honestly, if that's the worst he's got, I'm not that scared. Yeah, now we're all just hyper-moding. So yeah, like I said, I don't really have any particular strategy for this. He doesn't have any elemental weaknesses, so there's nothing to exploit per se, but... it is pretty much just a matter of, you kick his ass, that's it. Also, yeah, I was trying to add Dragon Slashes. It is supposed to look a little fancier than just Zero going up to somebody and stabbing them repeatedly, but... considering my skill level... look, I can sort of do... Shoryuken... if I'm playing an actual fighting game, but, like, not reliably. And, definitely not enough times to make Zero's action trigger worthwhile. Also, I feel like this also goes without saying, but, Wild Django is your best bet against Shadow. Not to say the others do terrible damage or anything, but Wild Django's there for single targets. Also, Mad Nautilus is right out, don't bother with status effects. As much as I love this game, it is definitely one of those you can't really status effect boss games, which is too bad. Anyway, get his entire ass. Get hit 61 times, resulting in your death by 20,111 damage.
How could this be?
But the Super Force Medal! Ah!
Alright, there we go. Feels kinda anticlimactic not being at the end of a chapter or anything, but, whatever. We got a new sword for Zero, that's cool, I guess. Does that mean you're staying this time? Oh, Cinnamon's action trigger powered up. That's cool. Marino's action trigger also powered up. More on that in a minute.
Man, am I glad to see you.
And not Shadow. Glad he immediately died.
X. You always were. It only leads to trouble.
Gonna...
Watch out!
You can't be removed from the party again!
Oh, you broke his spine with that card. Alright, you did it.
Spider, your arm.
Guess I overdid it, huh? Ow.
Why? I said I didn't need your help.
Yeah, I know. I heard you in the first place.
I just didn't care.
There really isn't anything complicated about why X decided to make friends with a low-life bounty hunter like me. It's quite simple, really. Just like why I saved you. 'Cause I felt like it, Zero. That's it.
But now what? I guess we gotta go check the lab. Okay, Spider, you stay put with that arm. We'll check on you later.
Hopefully it doesn't get an
Wait.
infection. You might
Take me
die
to the
like
lab
that.
with you. Surely a group of Class S hunters like yourselves can stand to have a little handicap along for the ride. And, like I said, I'm curious about this stinking ideal of theirs.
You've earned my respect, Spider.
Working through a major injury. Also... Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so... Zero is finally in the party. Again. So, I decided to leave and come back because this particular area is incredibly easy to maneuver through, so really no reason not to go check the deployment center. So let's see what we got. Alright, 2 levels, 1 level, 1 level. Nice, guys. Good job. And Tiana key. So I want that. I don't want to use it right now, though. It would be a relatively bad idea to use it right now. You can if you want to, but it leads to something that might kick your ass. Just gonna put that forward. Alright, Killer Mantis, you did it. But yeah, it's good to have it on hand at least, the Tiana key. Just for the sake of having it. Alright, once we see what we get from this, which is most of them dying. Oh, we got Stamina Missile, very nice. I'm gonna forget to equip that for quite a while, even though it's very good. Right, so, if you were wondering, does Spider breaking his arm do anything to him in battle? No, it doesn't.
Can't mine correctly, damn it.
But yeah, so... For all his talk about, it's probably not a big deal for you to bring a handicap like me. Don't worry, nothing happens with that. It really isn't a problem for us, at all. Alright, and hey, what do you know? We've got our 2 characters with new action trigger power-ups. Cinnamon's is pretty obvious, and we've already seen one already. And it does the same thing this time, it's just another Heart of Health, which means better healing at the cost of your palm skin. Unless you're somehow doing that normally, like by spinning it without your palm, or like the underside of your hand, the bottom of your hand. Marino's a little different, of course. This is one of those situations where the reel is going to change and add another thing. So we should be at Scattered Flower. The symbol for that is a Grim Reaper. And it's basically just a high damage attack, which can inflict instant kill. It's a DOA attack. Alright, and get rid of you. So... Oof, that kinda hurt. We are at the point where we have seen 2 of the devil enemies, which we're gonna be saying that they're called globs or whatever, but I'm still gonna call them devils, because that's clearly what they're designed after. Even if they don't do the same thing, it's that shape of enemy. Yeah, we've got multiple elements of them in one overworld, so you can probably guess what that means. Means bring it in, guys. Oh, that is so hard to do. I'm at least getting a little more consistent at it, but still. So yeah, Cinnamon is definitely a good character. She just can't carry your team with healing. Even with this setup that I've got for her, her output's not good enough to do that all the time. You do need to have some amount of sustainability with the rest of your crew. Also, yeah, here's another fucking save point. There is an interview I want to talk about at some point. I'll probably do that next chapter. But it did not mention this particular area. It doesn't mention the mines, which is a shame because this is an area I'm curious about. Because I'm gonna level with you, this area feels a little rushed. I mean, first things first. Talked earlier, of course, this is a game about survivability and, resource management. That doesn't feel like it holds true in this area, because it's based on an elevator with very small floors per level. Like, there's a little bit to explore, but you don't really go that far out of your way, so yeah, I was able to quickly go back to base without it being an issue. I could just go through the shadow boss and immediately heal afterwards, and it really wasn't that much time to get from here back to there and return to where I was before. And yeah, that's just every floor. There's 4 floors, and none of them are particularly substantial. And even on top of that, there's still a ton of save points. I really don't get how this area was made, so I do suspect that there was probably a bit of a time and or budget issue. This area might have gotten a bit shortchanged. Because we've also got this is a major puzzle. And I'm gonna say it's kind of the major puzzle of the mines. There's like 3 sections, but they also don't feel particularly substantial. Oh hey, bats. Bats. They're bats. They're the bats. And we're gonna set them on fire now. Get out, nerds. So yeah, these are the bats that make you berserk. But Axel will just kill them immediately.
That wasn't too bad.
It really wasn't. You just had to turn into a bird and kill him. It was worth nothing. But yeah, the first section of the mines was, hey, here's this dash upgrade, which, okay, I guess that's neat. It doesn't introduce a puzzle, though, because once you get it, you smash the rocks that have been in your way. And then they're not really an obstacle anymore. Like, they're a spot on the map you have to dash through, initially, and then you can walk through them. Force missiles, another thing I'm not going to equip just yet. You really should, though. You should start looking at sub-weapons, because force missiles are also pretty good. I believe this is just the, hit him with 4 missiles one. This is the one I'm thinking of, right, future me? Ah, okay, so we've got rush loaders. So now we're actually gonna see how these guys work, when you enrage them. But, like, for real this time. This isn't just regular rage, this is Omega Rage. We're gonna get one of you to go Shonen protagonist on us. Alright, E3, how do you react? Oh, you get discontinued? So yeah, once they're mad enough, they just explode. So they get a powerful attack in, but yeah, they just die immediately after. So, you know, like the actual E3. Only I don't think our information got sold this time, so honestly, kind of a better outcome. But yeah, first section was dash through some rocks, and now this is just a trading puzzle, where their pickaxes are certain colors based on elements, and they will mention certain elements, so you have to think, okay, well, I need to give you this pickaxe. This guy's green, so he gets the green pickaxe, because it's the one with air in it, or whatever. Yeah, it's all overly simplistic to a point where it's just not interesting as a puzzle. Alright, so that should be it though. We got the white pickaxe, which is completely neutral, you don't give it to anybody, but more importantly we got a sheet, so... yeah, now we can take the elevator to basement 4. But the trade sheet... will give us infinite resist. You can probably guess that's something called infinite resist. Definitely high on erosion, but it does block stat decreases, which I don't think anything's been particularly threatening with those yet, but it's definitely not something you should ignore. Eventually debuffs are actually going to kick your ass. It's not all Dr. Psyche. Sometimes that is a threat. Right, so here we are on the final floor with a bunch of treasures. We got a whole lot of build items. And we've got another save point. So yeah, here's section 3 of the mines. We've got this door here, right?
I am a door protected by 3 guardians.
So much like the bed at RHQ, this door is alive. We also get 3 different guard items. What could the game be hinting at? Well, in case you need any more hints, this is not really a puzzle, but it's the gimmick of Section 3. We've got 3 enemies we need to kill. You can probably guess they're aligned to specific elements, though they don't come in specific packs. So I do actually want to attack these guys with Mach Gentra, even though there's a fire enemy in the middle. Now this might seem like a bad idea, and it kind of is. It'll do effective damage against the other guys, but we do get more EXP for the guy in the middle, if we hit him with his own elements, which is very handy. So yeah, that takes care of him, and as for the rest of them, they're really not too much harder. Ice Missile isn't effective, but it also won't heal him either. Also, apparently these guys are attacking me with Stray Cat. Alright, alright. Sure, why not? Yeah, invisible air bombs, sure. Alright, now if I could just get back to 0, that would be good. So obviously they have globs here that are, a different element. That is absorbed by the thing the other guys are weak to, just to kind of throw you off and make sure you don't just complete the whole thing in one attack. Not that it's that difficult otherwise, but it'll take you slightly longer because of that. And hey, I got thunder missiles. Or 1, anyway. So yeah, that's the first one. We've got fire and water to deal with still. Alright, who's next on the chopping block? Fire? Okay, cool. So, water guy in the middle, right? Yep. Alright, so we already know what happens when we hit you with the same elements. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to be haphazard with these instead of being like, oh, that guy's gonna absorb this attack. Well, he doesn't even absorb it is the thing. Like, he's defended, but like, it also freezes him, so who cares? We can now take care of the fire enemies in peace. Take that, the devil. So yeah, clearly the first fight was at least a little more dangerous because, like, the fight doesn't just get completely neutered by the fact that you have the weakness. Though I did get more experience for doing that as well, for giving myself an extra little bit of challenge there. Get a fire missile. I mean, it is worth your time having the extra missile, though chances are you probably have some. You might want to equip more than one incoming fights, but it's not strictly necessary. Kinda depends on what you want to go for, but we'll of course discuss that more later. For now, alright. Well, bad news. We don't actually have an attack all electric, so I guess we will use Mach Gentra. Though my immediate thought watching this back is just, why didn't I hit them with Silverhorn instead? Honestly, like, that would have frozen 2 of these 3 enemies, and then I could just fight Plasma Guy. I could just do that. It wouldn't be a problem. Oh, also, I don't wind up actually hitting him with electric, but if you do, it's like the Fire Glob, in that you get something instead of the enemy actually being debilitated. You just get FME instead of EXP for that particular enemy. So yeah, for some reason these are just the enemies that are weak to their own element, technically speaking. I mean, granted, it makes sense in the game itself, like, these are enemies that are made of water, and technically, whenever we really use any sort of, like, water-based attack, it's actually ice as well. Like, there's an overlap between those 2 elements, which is kind of weird for certain use cases, like using Silverhorn against these guys, and it counting as an ice attack. Like, you'll get the same effects if you hit them with a missile, but yeah, otherwise they're just weirdly weak to themselves. I guess they're also the only ones with, like, the cushioning effect. Neither of the other devils have that high a defense. It's just these guys. They get that bit of special utility, but considering you can just say, no, you don't get to do anything for the rest of the fight until I hit you, I don't think it's worth it on their end. Also, was trying to do that over and over again, but I kept trying to read Dragon Punch instead. It does that every once in a while. I guess I just start my control stick in a bad space. Ah, well. Anyway, it's just this guy now, and, something tells me he's really not a threat. He doesn't even... And it misses. I'm sorry, Death Gravity is a very good name, but yeah, he doesn't even heal that much compared to the other devils. Anyway, that is the 3rd of the enemies. With that, the door will be unlocked, meaning we can take out the boss of this chapter. So yeah, like I said, weird chapter, feels a little rushed. Heck, we even fought Shadow. You know, the guy we're supposed to want revenge against since the start of the game on account of his betrayal, but like, it feels like it just kind of came and went, you know? It's a little anticlimactic in its way, but oh well. He's not the main boss. We will fight the main boss next time.